Maple Leaf Audio and One Click Digital present The Purchase by Linda Spalding, narrated by Robin Miles. One Click Digital provides free audiobook downloads in partnership with thousands of public libraries. To see if One Click Digital's extensive catalogue is available to you, visit your library's website. And now, The Purchase.
Part 1. Daniel looked over at the daughter, who sat where a wife should sit. Cold sun, with a hint of snow. The new wife rode behind him like a stranger, while the younger children huddled together, coughing and clenching their teeth. The wind shook them, and the wagon wounded the road with its weight, and the river gullied along to one side in its heartless way. It moved east and north, while Daniel and all he had in the world went steadily the other way, praying for fair game and tree limbs to stack up for shelter. "We should make camp while it's light," said the daughter, who was 13 years old and holding the reins. But Daniel wasn't listening. He heard a wheel grating and the river gullying. He heard his father, the memory of that lost admonishing voice. But he did not hear his daughter, who admonished in much the same way. Some time later the child pulled the two horses to a halt, saying again that they must make camp while the sky held its light. The new wife arranged dishes on the seat of the wagon, and the child, whose name was Mary, pulled salted meat out of a trunk at the back. It was their 5th day on the road, and such habits were developing. By morning there would be snow on the ground, the fire would die, and the children would have to move on without warm food or drink. They would take up their places in the burdened wagon, while Daniel's fine Pennsylvania mares shied and balked and turned in their tracks. A man traveling on horseback might cover 100 miles in 3 days, but a wagon full of crying or coughing children, the mountainous roads of Virginia, were a sorrow made of mud and felled trees, and devilish still-growing pines. The children, being young and centered on their own thoughts, were only dimly aware of the hazards of the road and of the great forest hovering. They hardly noticed the mountains, which were first gentle and then fierce, because all of it came upon them as gradually as shapes in an unhappy dream. The mountains only interrupted a place between land and sky. The forest got thicker and darker on every side. They had, within a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?